Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So today I bring you a little bit of a different related loot video. This one's much shorter than my normal videos, and it's a lot more to the point. This is actually not monster related either. Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring you loot from 1,000 uncleaned finds. Now, if you're curious to what an uncleaned find is, basically it is a rock that you can obtain in the Varrock Museum specimen cleaning activity. This is all related to the dig site quest, and players that get this rock need to use it on a specimen table, and that will reveal the archaeological artifact inside of it. Now, this cleaning activity can be done after, of course, you finish the dig site quest. This was released into the game May 29th, 2007. It is members only. There is no price to this rock. It is 100% untradeable, and you can take part in this cleaning activity as shown on screen, basically in the south fenced corner of this Varrock Museum. And the only thing really required item-wise for this activity is, of course, those 3 tools that you see in the very top row of the inventory. And these tools can just be found in the tool rack hanging on the wall right next to the artifacts. So the goal for this video was pretty simple. You know, this is a loot series, so I wanted to collect 1,000 uncleaned rocks, put them in my bank. Luckily, they are stackable. And then at the very end, as soon as I got to 1,000, I would turn them all in to the storage crate. And by adding these rocks to the storage crate, basically you can receive a lot of random loot. And that is exactly what I wanted to make the center of this video, is all of the loot that you can get from those storage crates. Because a lot of people really only think of this area as a way to gain kudos in the museum, because some of the items that you can find while you're doing all this cleaning basically can give you kudos to finish the Varrock Museum completely, and those items are all untradeable, which is basically just the pottery, the old symbol, ancient coin, old coin, and the clean necklace. So don't mind any of that. This video is all just related towards the tradable stuff, as well as one untradeable item that you can get from this activity, and that is the top dog, the antique lamp, which is a rarity of 1 in 195. And you will notice, you know, during this video that there was a level 3 skiller alongside with me, and the reason he said that he was here was because these lamps are very good for Slayer XP for level 3 skillers who never want to get their combat higher than 3, and obviously it's very hard to train Slayer if you're not going to train combat. So yeah, this is one of the ways, probably one of the best ways to get Slayer XP if you're one of those account builds. Now obviously I wasn't really going for the XP here, I just kind of was curious to see the loot, but it's nice to note that that antique lamp is something to benefit even the lowest level account. Now, one mistake that I did make was while I was collecting these 1,000 rocks, as you can see, we already collected them. Didn't really take long at all, probably less than an hour and a half. I was actually just AFKing the pile, but if you spam click, you will get them in your inventory much, much faster. So for anyone who's actually taking this seriously, definitely spam click. You will save a lot of time and probably triple the amount of rocks you get per hour. So yeah, once I did stack up all 1,000, I just started adding them to the storage crates. There is one item, though, that you can show to the archaeologist, and that is just jewelry. And if you do show him the golden jewelry, he will give you a whopping 5 coins for every piece. I know it doesn't sound like too much, but you know, it adds up over time. And you know, overall this video did take me exactly 3 hours to make. So if you thought this was somewhat interesting and you want to see, instead of 1,000, maybe 10,000, maybe 100,000, I mean, it's really up to you guys. Like, I didn't really know how this video would do. I still don't know how this video will do. But if you guys find this interesting, just let me know. I really don't mind doing this in a major way. I mean, it's very, very fast, and I did this the slow method. You know, I didn't know about the spam clicking until the very end. So as this loot grows over time, you know, the more rocks we find, the more loot we will find. So I wasn't too sure if I should do 10,000 right away, but yeah, we did actually end up getting our very first lamp, and it did take a while. It was roughly after using over 300 rocks, and I myself decided to use these lamps on rune crafting. Did receive a solid 500 XP per antique lamp, so you can kind of understand why level 3 skillers would do this method in order to get Slayer XP, or just why, you know, lower levels would do this method to get quick rune crafting XP. I'm really not too sure. To be honest, I myself just found out about this yesterday, so yeah, I'm still learning a lot. If you have any feedback about anything related to this video, feel free to let me know below. I'd love to learn more about this. Kind of reminds me of penguin points back in the old RuneScape. I know this has no comparison in XP, but it does remind me a little bit of that, if anyone remembers remembers that from the old days. But yeah, in the next inventory, I actually did manage to get 2 lamps, so you know, your luck can certainly come and go. Multiple people can do this activity all at the same time. I don't think that has an effect on your RNG, so it was nice not to do this video alone. And judging by all of the loot, you know, especially at this halfway point, there is one item that does stick out, and that is the broken arrows. They're untradeable item, but the reason I didn't mention it before is because you can actually make it tradable. At the very end of the video, if you've been ever curious as to what a broken arrow is used for, I will be showing you that as well, so you might learn something new today, or maybe you knew all this already and you're just killing some time, I'm not sure. But yeah, to the top left there was all of that broken glass, and that is essentially the most useless item that you can get from this activity. I'm not too sure what you can do with that. I'm pretty sure it's useless. If you can do something with it, feel free to let me know. Maybe we can do a loot from 1000 window repair video in the future. Was my attempt at a joke. And I'm really glad that this level 3 skiller did join me, because as you can see in the chat box, you know, he did get quite a few Slayer levels during this video. I think he got from 38 to 40 Slayer, which does boost your total level as a level 3 skiller, making that account even more elite than it already can be. And yeah, let's not forget the main purpose of this video, all of the loot that we can get from 1000 unclean finds. Not to mention all these lamps. I mean, at the end of the day, we were having our lucky inventories, double lamps occasionally. Did take quite a few hundred just to get started. And regarding the antique lamp, which actually can come in 6 different colors, this one happens to be red, was released into the game February 28th, 2005. And just in this mini quest, you know, you actually have to have the skill that you want to use the lamp in to at least level 10. So you can't start at level 1, at least that is what the wiki says, so just something to keep in mind. But enough about the lamps, let's go ahead and price check all of this loot. 1000 unclean finds, took exactly 3 hours to do, could have taken probably less, and all of this amazing loot, the price check comes out to be a whopping 42.5k from 1000 unclean finds. You're gonna be looking at some bones, some ores, some bowls, pots, arrow tips, limbs, a staggering amount of iron darts, iron knives, as well as bolts, and of course we can't forget about the broken arrows, which I did fix at the repair bench in my player-owned house. Didn't really result in too much, just some irons and a little bit of steels. And that's pretty much it. So for anyone who ever wants to check out this cleaning activity, feel free. Hopefully this video gave you a little insight on the possibility of what loot you can get, and of course the amount of antique lamps. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Until then, Mr. No Sleep out.